This hangout is live. All right, so welcome back to another Sinister Sunday. Now, we already got a bit away, that being our 20th episode last week, so we're just going to chill a bit here for this 21st episode, and we're going to do Get to Know the Rebellion panel. So basically, we're just going to be talking about listening to music and metal and that kind of stuff, and basically what our other hobbies entail, what we like to do in our lives, and what just kind of feel out what each panel member likes to do. And if you guys have any questions in the live chat, we'll be taking them as best as we can, and I'll try to pay attention to the live chat. But if you really question answered, there is a super chat option available. You can help donate a small bit to the Rebellion, help the channel and family member channels keep putting out content, and it makes sure your question or statement gets kind of addressed by each panel member. So just consider that if you would like to get kind of like support the channel as well. So there's that. So as usual, I'm going to introduce my panel members, and then we're going to get going. So to my right, Lord Husk from Lord Husk's Evil Empire. Definitely go check him out. Beside him, we have Trez from Total Metal Rejection. Beside him is Matt from the Rebellion family member Nick from Deathlike Reviews. So to start us off, Lord Husk has offered to take one for the team and go first. So Lord Husk, what are some of your hobbies and interests outside of music?
Well, outside music, everyone knows I'm a huge gamer. I'm going to show off some games right about now. Let me put my beer aside. Basically, my top 2 played games right now as we speak is Alien Colonial Marines and Alien vs. Predator. I have to stay true to what my nature is. Great games. I mean, I got more, so. If you guys are into, like, the 360 Metro, this is a Redux version of it, which is a remaster. Basically, there's 2033 and The Last Light. It's a pretty awesome game. Need to get my hands on Metro Exodus. And the last 2 games is Vampire. And probably everyone's all-time favorite series franchise is Dead Space. Which I believe Abominable Patruity had, what was it, audio from the first Dead Space game, I believe. And outside metal channels, I like watching gaming channels. One being basically Patrick Static, if you guys can see the logo. He's a great channel. Huge shout out to him because he had commented on one of his videos I commented on. It was Devil May Cry 5, so huge shout out to him. Tomorrow I will have those links in my description on my channel.
Also, digging the hoodie, man. Cool stuff.
Thanks, man. It was like $80.
Well, at least you supported that to the nines.
Most gaming channels I support massively. I mean, if there's a hoodie, a beanie, or something that's $100, I probably would buy it. Knowing me.
Hey, fair enough, man. If you really like something It's definitely worth supporting.
And I got
unless local drug dealer, then you probably shouldn't support him.
That's fucked up. And this right here, his famous quote from Game Beast, which is riggedy. Awesome fucking game. Definitely check out Game Beast with him, Lord Minion 777, Garuku Blue Moon, and JPW03, which I found out that JPW03 lives in my state.
Nice. Very cool.
Huge shout out to those channels as well.
Yeah, man, I watch quite a few gaming channels myself. Mostly the like really expected ones. So like Markiplier. The only one that isn't really super mainstream is IGP. So the indie game promoter. But
nice.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a couple others, but I don't remember what their names are. Oh, Goats. I can't remember, but he's like Goats. That's what it was.
Yeah, the reason why I kind of branched off of basically JaxB.TheRipper, Markiplier, I still watch them. I look for more different type of gamers now. Patrick Stagg, he's got me. Actually, Patrick Stagg's got me into a lot of games to play, which basically the card game Uno on Xbox One, 7 Days to Die. Hopefully Subnautica gets an update for Below Zero, which I highly doubt because that's only on PC for the moment. Actually, he commented on a Devil May Cry 5 live stream to me, basically recommending that game to me. So definitely gonna play that as well. It's
cool,
actually it's actually very rare for somebody in his position to comment on something of mine. Yeah,
when channels like that get big, it's hard to respond to like 4,000 or 5,000 like that. And if it wasn't for like those gaming channels, I probably wouldn't have found games like Subnautica or 2. Or that. So definitely an interesting hobby for sure to keep up with those kind of YouTubers.
Oh yeah, and a huge shout out to Markiplier for fucking the goddamn sci-fi horror game I play, Soma. Fucking asshole. It's a great game, by the way. No disrespect to any Markiplier fans.
So besides gaming, do you like hobbies or interests that you like to dabble in your life?
Well, if I had the funding, I'd probably be collecting guitars.
Don't do that. It's too expensive.
Sadly.
Way too expensive.
That's why I went to an alternative, if I do it, to collect airsoft guns.
Oh, shit. Okay. I was
Nice.
like, hey. Yeah, no. Hey, both are good. Airsoft and obviously the real thing. All obviously really cool. Yeah. But yeah, guitars is messed up. Even if you try to sell them back or sell them somewhere else, don't go to a Guitar Center because it's pretty much like GameStop.
Actually, I got a replica of Kerry King's guitar on my wall right now.
Nice.
I don't know if you guys seen it, but yeah. She's in that corner over there.
Oh, nice.
I was going to play her, but now she's just up there looking pretty.
Nothing wrong with that.
Joking matter, you ain't a hardcore fan unless you have almost a replica version of fucking Kerry King's guitar.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. I have a really gun and Chief Special pistol airsoft guns from like, I don't know, Walmart or Tire or something. yeah, I was gonna get big into it and start going to airsoft fields and stuff like that and centers to try out. That kind of never went too far.
I know I brought up with you that one time when I made my channel, but in the future, I am gonna try to get a bunch of friends and get her to do a Bean Boozle challenge.
That's torture.
I know.
You're an asshole for doing that.
Hey, I mean, if other big YouTubers do it, I mean, it's gotta be somewhat entertaining.
Yeah, but you're being a dick to your friends.
We're all being dick to each other, so.
One of the reason people watch it is because they like watching all the reactions when they get one of the shitty ones.
Yeah.
Actually, one of my friends is the one who said do it blindfolded, so I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. No, but that doing a Bean Boozle challenge would be interesting and fun.
Yeah.
So someone in the chat said, are any of you guys going to matches to support the rebellion? That would be cool. I'm not sure if he means like that patch up means like rebellion family member patches, which I've kind of been thinking of maybe seeing about getting some made up. The only problem is they'd have to be kind of like same and just kind of given out to people who become like rebellion family member channels, because if we were to do ones that or is like, let's say I don't know, Lord Husk of the Damned rebellion family member underneath, and then do each one for every member, that would get kind of costly, because that'd be a single order of one patch each. And if I go through UKR Patcher, which is where I got there, he normally does them for around, I think 10 for, how much was it? It was like 10 for like $50 plus shipping. So like I think $50 per patch anyway. So it's better to get them in bulk. So if we were to do each individual patches like that, $8 per patch, and I don't think that'd be worth it at this level, and especially not at my income, because I definitely can't afford to buy each new rebellion family member like their own individual patch. I mean, I would love to if I had the money. I respect the hell out of everyone on this panel, and they're great guys, and they put out some pretty cool content. But the practicality of doing that at this stage is unfortunately too not within my price range. So, Casket Brain's question, I think what we would do is just make up a blanket says rebellion family member or something sort of like that. I mean, we as the panel could discuss what to say so that we could kind of give them out to each new rebellion family member. But that would be cool, and we'll see about it in the future, because to honor each member of the rebellion for joining the group and deciding to and push each other's content and help each other succeed. And that's what the rebellion's about. So maybe sometime we'll let you know if and when we do something like that. So yeah, thanks for the question, Casket Brain.
Yeah, that's a really cool question. That would be some interesting to do in the future, because yeah, as of now, I don't even think we've ever discussed that. But yeah, good question. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool for the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the idea sort of kind of discussed back when it was just Azeg, Trez, and the two members that left or that are no longer part of the group. So just the original. Since we've been getting like the new 3 or 4 members, plus you know, Jax and Jessica, the ladies. But we're kind of getting to the point where we have enough members to of member patches made for newcomers. So yeah, if I ever get enough funds in the future that I can necessitate those kind of patches, and it's definitely something I want to do. And maybe when this thing bigger, even make something a little bit more personal and more commemorative to each member that's been with us. Maybe over a certain amount of time they get like a special, like, I don't know, badge or something like that, sort of like in martial arts where like green or yellow belt, but then on the end of your sash you got these little like rings or level of yellow, or you're this level of green belt. But yeah, definitely something cool and interesting to think about for the future of the rebellion.
Oh yeah.
And very interesting question, actually. I could drink to that.
Mm-hmm. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Fuck it.
Next, I think Matt said he would go second. So Matt, what other metal or music?
Not much really, because music pretty much is a huge dominant part of my life, and it always has, because my dad is a music collector and he played guitar, and I'm also a music collector and I also play guitar. So guitar is kind of like the main thing, especially in winter when I'm all shut in. I don't have a Kerry King replica, but I still play, still like to practice, try to get better. I do like gaming as well. I used to be a lot more heavily involved with multiplayer games, and actually for a short while, a couple of years ago, I was playing Call of Duty competitively, but that I ended up losing interest in it, so I stopped. And along with that, even though I still play Call of Duty and Fortnite and a bunch of multiplayer games, I've really gotten into single player campaigns, the single player stories like Tomb Raider, Metro, you know, where they have a really deep and involved single player story that you can just invest hours into and just kind of lose your whole day to it, basically, because it's so good. Can't put the controller down. When the weather's nice here, I like going out walking, which I like doing in general. I just like walking around, seeing all sorts of things that you normally wouldn't see if you're just driving by in a car. And this town's pretty small, too. I could walk from one end to the other of it in less than 30 minutes, but there's all these side streets and back alleys, and you can go up the mountains and stuff. And I really like that. You know, I like hiking, which there's no shortage of mountains in Colorado to climb. But yeah, outside of gaming and then walking and hiking, like my life is pretty much dominated by music. And I like sitting in my room listening to music. I love going to concerts. Like going to music stores, spending money I probably shouldn't. But yeah.
Oh yeah. So do you do anything like I don't know, writing, drawing, I don't know, clips or something. I don't know.
I write lyrics. I guess I'm in a band. It's just a one-man thing. You know, I program drums and I play guitar and bass over it, which goes back to music. Just because that's how my life goes. So I do a lot of writing, but it's usually when I'm pissed off or when I'm really inspired by something. You know, I can't just write on command. Drawing, I used to do, but then writing took over, and eventually music. For just regular collecting outside of stuff, no, not really. Now it's music. When I game, I still like to buy the physical formats of games, and then same with movies. You know, Netflix and game streaming like the Xbox Game Pass and digital downloads. That shit's all cool and stuff, but I still just like having the physical copy there. I guess one thing that's never really died, but it's just gotten shoved to the back because money has taken over other priorities in my life. Legos, particularly Star Wars Legos. You know, from the time when I was a kid, you know, I've always loved Star Wars. I like Legos, and you know, those two being a thing together was really cool. Yeah, I don't really buy them anymore, but I still have a bunch of them from when I was younger that I have set up in the other room for display.
Alrighty. Well, I mean, it's pretty of a couple of those hobbies outside of music, anyways. So not everyone has a ton. Some people do just kind of zoom on like one or two specific hobbies, and that's it. So
Yeah.
I know it's not that big of a deal if you don't have a ton. Maybe is there anything that you would like the audience or viewers watching they wouldn't know otherwise that might be interesting?
I guess one other thing that I guess I forgot to mention for hobbies is when I was younger, I used to play football, American football, and then I lost interest of it. And I recently started getting back into football over the last couple of years. And I used to be a kicker primarily. And, you know, that's kind of re-sparked my interest for kicking. I can't really do anything now just because there's so much snow on the ground. And I don't really have proper snowshoes. So I can't kick in the snow without busting my ass after almost every kick. And there's not a lot of dry spots on the ground yet. So yeah, once spring starts coming in full force and all the snow starts melting, concrete and dirt starts showing back up, then I'm gonna get into that some more, which will definitely be good because for 6th grade, that was the last time I played football. I was kicking like 25 or 30-yard field goals at that point. And so I like to see if I could still do just as good or better, you know, 7 or 8 years later.
Cool, man. You'll have to let us know how that goes for you.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I will.
Alrighty. So does Nick or Trez?
I guess I'll go. And unless Trez really wants to.
No, it's good. It's good. Go ahead. I'm good. Still thinking.
For me, the biggest thing, I guess you could call it hobby outside of music that I really focus on is being a big part in my scout troop. It's always been super important to me, and I enjoy doing it because it's a lot of outdoor stuff, and I like being outdoors. I love hiking and camping. That stuff's always just been amazing. And all my hobbies are like really super unmetal. For example, golf.
Oh, wow.
Golf
He's
is like
retired
the least
already.
metal sport. I'm actually on my school's varsity golf team.
Nice.
And we have our first match tomorrow.
Nice.
Nice.
After a week of no practice. Should go well.
See, me, I would just hit the dirt every time and not hit the ball.
I'll go
I guess
full Billy Madison.
I could send a patch of grass 20 meters, I guess.
Just get a hockey stick and it would be good.
The worst part is I could imagine you doing that.
So did I.
Just fucking wailing away on dirt.
Be a nice
Oh,
little
that's
trench
cool.
going on.
Oh, we know where Jesse's been.
Quits golf episode.
I'm sorry, Jesse. I had to say it.
And I guess the other thing I'm kind of big into is fishing,
Hell yeah.
which again goes back to being outdoors because it's hard to fish inside.
Yeah, fishing's cool. I like fishing. Last time I think I went fishing, I think I mutilated a fish before he got out of the water. So after that,
Oh my god.
I started feeling bad for it, and then I haven't fished after that. But yeah, I think I was using the wrong hook for what I was trying to fish, and
Damn.
skewering him in the eyeball. So
Yeah, that'll do it.
yeah, felt really bad. I tried to take it out, and then I threw him back in. He probably died from his injuries, but
The,
yeah. But after after that, I didn't fish anymore for a while.
last time I went fishing, I don't know if they do this in Canada, but they do it here. Where if you catch a fish that meets certain requirements, you can send those off, and you'll get one of these back in the mail.
Oh, I hear about that a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So what type of, do you do freshwater or saltwater or both?
I've only ever done freshwater. I'd love to do saltwater. It'd be fun.
Definitely do saltwater because I went saltwater fishing with my cousin. Second time I went with him, I actually caught an 18-pound jack.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Our neighbor went tuna fishing once, and he wound up catching a small shark.
Man, he's already taken my bucket
Small
list. Fuck.
I also, when I was younger, I used to be a little bit into woodworking, but that kind of stopped. Kept getting hurt. And now I got to stop cooking because I did this, making potato chips.
Oh, damn.
You're supposed to cut the food, not your fingers.
I knew it was coming. Working in a
You just couldn't
restaurant.
help yourself.
Just working in a restaurant. Trust me, you'll have more to bitch about.
Oh, yeah. There's this list of stuff to bitch about when you work at a restaurant.
Actually, funny story. Somewhere around, actually, about right there where my pinky's at, I got burnt by a sheet pan. Let me tell you, that was no walk in the park. So anyone who wants to work in the restaurant business, unless you got the mentality for it, go ahead. If not, I wouldn't try it.
Yeah, I had something similar happen. Before I got tattooed, I got a burn like right along right here. And that was pretty fucking painful.
My mom used to work in a margarine packaging facility, and she's got a scar right here on her hand where she was cutting the tape with the tape maker. She pushed on the button and it came down on her hand.
Oh.
Damn.
But yeah, that's about all I got for hobbies off the top of my head.
I'll have
Related.
I'll have to send the panel the pictures of my saltwater fishing catches. I have them on my phone still.
Yeah, I think one of your profile pictures, you know, you were fishing, right, or something?
Yeah. Me with my badass fucking heat waves. Oh, speaking of which, I forgot to mention that. Fuck.
Yeah, I guess cooking could be a pretty interesting hobby. I see a lot of those like really extensive and food things that you can make on my news feed on Facebook all the time, and I'm just thinking, man, who the fuck has time to spend like an hours on like those really fancy like food things when they're just gonna be eaten in like 10 minutes?
I would take the time to make Naruto ramen from the show.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys ever seen this crazy Swedish guy. I think it's called Swedish cooking or something. But he pretty much just throws the food on, and he makes you pretty much he just in order to cook a simple meal, he just pretty much just throws everything on the stove. But it's pretty fucking hilarious. And he has a fascination with mayonnaise for some reason. Yes.
Mayo is what I like to call a morally reprehensible condiment. It's gross.
Oh, you should
about
see him.
Miracle Whip?
It's still gross.
Oh,
Yeah, he takes a pause, and each time he's cooking, and he's just like, time for mayo, and he just chugs that thing, man. Yeah.
Something's wrong with him.
Jax.
Hey.
How is ya?
what up?
Good. How's everything?
It's going okay.
I popped. I'm thinking like maybe I could do like 20 or 30 minutes because I just got from work. So I was like, okay, I could talk for like a good 20 or 30 minutes, and then after that, I'm out the door again. So it's been a pretty busy weekend for me. But how y'all doing?
I'm good.
Good.
No worries. So I guess we'll take advantage of the fact that you can. Would you like to tell the viewers what some of your hobbies and interests are besides music?
For music-wise only, or sorry, because you kind of cut off. For music-wise only, or for in general?
Hobbies besides music.
Oh, besides music. Okay, I wasn't sure because like you cut off for a minute. From besides music, God, it's funny because usually it's the opposite. Because, okay, let me explain. Because I work in the makeup field, so people ask me what are my hobbies. I was like listening to metal. So now I'm over here in the metal community. So it's the opposite. Well, as of right, okay. I'm trying to think. Okay. Oh, okay. I got one. Okay. So I like to tag a lot. A lot of people don't know that. I've been practicing my graffiti art lately.
Nice.
In high school, middle school, as well when I attempt to go to college. So I come from an art background. So I did oil painting for a while, and I would draw mainly anime characters. I wasn't like the best drawer, but it was okay. So, but then one of my managers when I used to work for Kmart, he was a tagger, and he could like bust out like art like in no time. And I was like, oh, I like that. He's like, you want to get into it? I was like, yeah. So he started teaching me the ropes. And then I kind of left it for a bit because then that's when I got heavy into the makeup industry and I was doing freelance and on set. But then I gave that up and now I'm just in cosmetics only. And I realized besides just doing YouTube and metal, I kind of needed a hobby again. And I remembered like how I used to be good at all these traits. And I was like, oh, I want to get back into it. And I noticed nobody really does like metal and graffiti. Like, and I was like, I'm going to combine those two together. So I just been working on that a lot. So
yeah, being from New York and the hardcore scene, yeah, definitely like that.
Mm-hmm.
Someone wants to know what watches.
What?
Bill Primo wants to know what anime you watch.
Oh boy. Somehow or another I knew this question was going to come up sooner or later.
I get the feeling I don't have a lot of, like, you guys don't really like anime, but oh god, what was the last one? I think the last one I saw was Pieces of Sword Online, I think it was called. I'm not on Crunchyroll and all those. I usually just watch them whenever I can, but because a little secret, I don't like watching TV that much. I don't like watching Netflix that much. I know that sounds weird. I don't know. I just have such a short attention span. I think that's why YouTube is perfect for me because everybody's videos is like 5 to 12 minutes long. So I can't get through like a whole series. I can, but a lot of the animes I liked from back in the day is like nobody really watches them anymore. So.
All right, cool.
I would have to say mine. Everyone knows the first one, which is Naruto. The second one, it really wasn't a big type of series, but there was an anime called Devil May Cry.
I heard about that one. I just haven't seen it.
Oh, it's great. That's why I play the games now.
Have you seen the Castlevania one?
Yes, I heard about it.
Yeah, I heard that was pretty good. I haven't watched it yet, though, but I heard it was pretty good. Yeah, like, let's see, Hellsing, D was pretty good. Ninja Scroll.
Fuck yes.
Obviously, Battle Angel, obviously the anime, not this movie that just came out. But
Trez, have you seen? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Jesse. Vampire Knight.
No.
Nope.
Vampire Knight, is that the one with like the day and night students?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was weird. But
it is. It's very weird. I personally would.
I liked it, but it was just too weird. But it was very forgetful.
I personally rather watch High School of the Dead than that ever again.
It was just, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I like it, but it's a very forgetful anime. That's the best. It was a good time killer. I had sprained my ankle during, I think it was like 2 years ago, so I had no choice but to watch stuff. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'll watch Vampire Knight, and I was like, I can't believe I watched this whole shit.
I think the reason why it's forgettable is because it deals with incest, and I don't think a lot of people are into that.
And I didn't like that, yeah. Towards the end, when the plot twist was incest, I was just like,
fuck you.
You chose your brother? Really? Why? No.
That's why I like Devil May Cry. No. It's more interesting.
What the hell are you people watching now? I'm like fucking flowers in the attic over here. What's going on?
Flowers in the attic is. I would never thought somebody would know what that is.
Actually, you named some pretty good ones off, Trez. Hellsing was one of the better ones I watched.
Hellsing.
Vampire Hunter D was interesting, but call it weird. Was good. Samurai call me weird, but a lot of people when they hear anime, they talk about Dragon Ball Z. I basically pushed away from that.
That was my series right there.
Yeah,
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I tried.
I just tried to mention that one because everybody will mention it. That's why. But I love it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I tried watching Attack on Titan one time, which I know they have video games of it too now.
Yeah, they actually have made a live. What do you call it? A live movie out of it. I forgot what you call it, but
Live action.
yeah, they actually made a like live action movie out of it. Yeah, didn't look bad, but that's cool. I guess so. Tagging and pretty much art, right?
Those are mainly my hobbies. Yeah, sorry, I didn't know we were still on me. We got asked the question. I thought we just moved on. Yeah, no, because I'm just always listening to metal, and then, or if it's not metal, I'm listening to like Spanish rock or something, and I don't know. That's basically it. And then I just go out and socialize with my friends. That's it.
Cool.
So yeah, Trez, if you want to go next, feel free, man.
Sorry, burping. Anyway, before Jax got on, I was thinking of what to say. I was gonna say something goofy, but I'm pretty sure. I guess you pretty much don't mind. I was gonna say I like gent music. Obviously, just
Wow.
kidding. Just kidding.
Wow.
Just kidding on that. But let's say, Jax, you said that you like art and stuff like that. When I was at school, when I was a kid, my parents, I had an accident, so my parents sent me to art school. Um, so I did a lot of drawing, painting. Um, Besides that, played a lot of sports like football, I guess, the Spanish, soccer to everybody else, but football, um, not really that good. But let's say other things, I guess, is just editing. I used to love doing that. I still like doing that, but Photoshop, I was really good at that, and I like just messing around with that. It's kind of like video games now when you get a character. If they put if the game was only just to customize your character, I could just do that for hours. But besides that, I guess I like guns. I guess going out in the woods and shooting guns, all kinds of crazy shit. Mostly Pennsylvania or Jersey, because can't do that over here. Um, and besides that, just I don't know, just chilling out, listening to all kinds of music, like you said. A lot of Spanish rock because I'm Spanish, so and just getting going to the movies and watching a lot of stuff like that, just to try to entertain myself, I guess. By the way, cool Iron Maiden poster.
Oh,
Probably like a Book of Souls, I think.
thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone in the chat was already saying the Iron Maiden poster.
Oh yeah. But I guess besides that, I guess just
someone else asked.
Oh shit! Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say someone else asks if you guys have collaborated with any other besides my dumbass.
Just on this live stream.
Honestly, I'm gonna hit the bull on its head right now, and let's say I try to do a live stream with or talk to it with them, but they didn't come through with me. Heavy Metal Entertainment and J-Haw Films. Try to do a live stream with them guys, and they're way too popular, so it's just like whatever. Huge shout out to Chris Strasher, though.
I collab with Heavy Metal Entertainment a couple times. I've been friends with them since we've both our well, their channels are small. Of course, they like hit it past the 10,000. Like I think it was just last year. So we've been friends ever since. And the other YouTuber, I just rather not even talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've collabed with a couple people. Is it just 2? Oh, Jesse, you were in my. That's right. You were in my one video about the harassment one.
Yeah.
Who else was in there? There was a few people in. Oh, HME obviously, and Floor. But she does like. It's not. She's talks about metal bands, but she talks about other like just rock and roll stuff.
I think I know which video you're talking about. That was actually a pretty entertaining one. Until it became Heavy Metal Entertainment's turn, it's just like, this is going to get awkward very quickly.
Well, it was actually their idea because I was not talking about that video whatsoever. I mean, that topic, because I remember I was in a slump. I was like, oh, I don't know what to talk about or, what video to do. Because I have my Heavy Metal Around the World ones. And I also have my Metal Monthly favorites and the makeup ones where I match my shirt. But that could be a little repetitive, and I don't like that. I don't want people to know, oh, that's going to be up next. You know what I mean? I like doing other stuff. That's why you don't see Heavy Metal Around the World constantly or my Metal Monthly favorites. So I was talking to Little Dan, and I was like, I don't know what to do. And then he was like, why don't you talk about the sexual harassment that go on these shows? I was like, and at first I was like, oh, well, because I can't relate to it because it didn't happen to me. And then I was like, wait. It did happen to me. I just forgot about it. But then I looked into it more and more. And then I had girls tell me their personal stories. I was like, holy shit, this is crazy how bad it is. Like, it's not just the typical ass grabbing, which is not acceptable regardless. Like, there have been some girls that have been grabbed at shows and dragged out. It's scary.
Damn.
I still like to do a live stream with Big Dan, Little Dan. Because actually, a true fact about them, no going off topic with us, Big Dan and Little Dan are one of the reasons why I went with the Metalhead box. I love their fucking comedy ones. It changed so much. Bring that back, Little Dan, Big Dan. Come on now. Huge shout out to them as well.
They're good dudes.
Yep.
Yeah, they're pretty entertaining. I have a hard time understanding what they're saying half the time because, like, English, whatever accents they have, just don't register with my ears properly. I have selective hearing as it is. Like, I'm one of those jackasses that you could say something to me, look me dead in the face, and I still don't hear what you're saying. So, translate.
See, I only speak English and bad English. So yeah, half of my videos, nobody fucking understand what the fuck I'm saying.
Same.
But there is an idea that just came up to me. There is a live stream I want to do with one of the panel members. I want to do a live stream with Trez. Basically talk more about basically death metal in general. Well, like what bands to start off with when you're trying to get into death metal. Because Trez has got more of the knowledge for brutal death metal. I got more of the knowledge for melodic. So if we combine our thoughts together, it'd be an interesting live stream. I mean, would you be down for it down the road, Trez?
No. No, just kidding. Yeah, of course. I was trying to time that all this fucking time.
No, because the reason why I came up with this because the page that you and me run, and Nick does too, Legions of Death, I was thinking about start making live streams named after the page.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Insta sub.
Yeah, but of that question to I guess collaborate through YouTube. Be down to collaborate with the topic is pretty cool, and but yeah, I have a couple people like obviously Lord Hux, um, um, probably not remember them right now. Lord Amphifel, I think it's called. He's pretty cool. And a couple of other YouTubers that definitely I would like to collaborate with, just to get a dialogue going around, because we all are different in our tastes, but like this panel here, we all have something in common that we all obviously, and there's various sorts of forms of metal, and depends on where we live and how the difference between our ages are, that we all have someone to either to think back on, that someone that you're not thinking about it, and someone that you have this cool conversation over that. Yeah, definitely.
Well, I guess
Jax, I guess
sorry?
saying, because time might take up too much.
I'm sorry?
Take up too much of your time.
No.
I know you're only here for a couple.
No, it's good. Don't worry about it. Still okay. Yeah.
No.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know it was still on me. I thought we were just, everybody was getting asked questions. Sorry.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
It should go the way, actually. It should go that way, actually. What about you, Jesse?
Sorry?
Is there anyone else you would do live streams with than us?
Oh, well, the most obvious ones, I mean, I wouldn't mind doing with J-Hoff Films or Black Metal Werewolf. It'd be interesting to talk to Black Metal Werewolf about actual black metal, to see what he, listens to, how he actually got into black metal, talk to him about, how it was the name Black Metal Werewolf, and kind of see why he rarely talks about black metal on his channel.
Oh, good one.
Not shade, just to like shoot the shit, kind of see what's up, and kind of get the story behind that, because it's, I mean, anyone who sees the channel, like his channel, kind of notices that he doesn't really talk about black metal, even though that's in his name. I mean, me too, but at least when I switched over to the name Black Metal Rebellion, I did talk a lot black metal. I've got at least 60 collection updates or so that shows off a vast amount of black metal. And this Black Metal Werewolf, there's not so much. So it'd be cool to pick his brain about that and see why there's a lack of that. Yeah, J-Hoff Films, Black Metal Werewolf. I'd still love to collab with the Count Blaggerith channel. I would love to collab with Ed from Infidel Amsterdam. I know he wants to be in one of his end of the year list videos talking about certain bands or whatever, but for whatever reason, I just wasn't for it. Probably just because he's busy or whatever, and has like a million people, trying to chomp at the bit to be featured on his channel, since he's like clubs or whatever. But yeah, those four would be interesting to collab with. I don't know who else I'd feature on, besides like metal channels and stuff like that. But that'd be neat. Get a gaming thing going on, maybe lab with some other gaming channel or something. But yeah, that's all I can think of at the moment. There's probably others that I'd like to collab. For some reason, my brain is just not working right now. So yeah.
another channel. I totally forgot, but it won't be on like a, how would I put it? Basically, like a live stream on, like we're doing now on YouTube. It'd be like going to that person's house and doing it, and a channel I really want to do a live stream with because I really love his content. Actually, because of him, I found out what shirt in our signed autograph was for February, and that is Gormac.
Ah, yeah.
I love to do basically a live stream off of his channel with both of us in it.
Yeah, Gormac is cool.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to Gormac.
Yeah, Gormac was a pretty chill older dude, and he actually gave my album a pretty generous score, and he's always been one of the first like 5 to 10 people to kind of contact me about getting merch or CDs or whatever whenever I release stuff with that project. So yeah, shout out to Gormac. Thanks for order and being a cool dude.
What about you, Nick, or Green Iron Campbell? Is there anyone you would like to collab with? Sorry, Jesse, I'm not taking your job now.
Be my guest.
Don't be telling me to take your job, because I will. Joking aside.
Less work for me.
And joking. Yeah, that means I get to drink more, right? Yeah, but what about your guys' thoughts on collab?
I think outside of the panel on here, I'd like to. I just like to collaborate with more music channels. You know, not really outside of that. Scourge of Vinyl would be a pretty good one. You know, he's the dude that actually. He's the one that.
The man.
Yep, he's the man. He's the one that actually got me into like the whole metal YouTubing thing. You know, he was the first one I watched, and then from there I ended up branching out, finding most of you through him. Fuck, who else? A guy called Life Eternal. He primarily does more black metal than death metal, but I still think it'd be pretty good to talk with him about death metal. I think Black Metal Werewolf, basically for the same reasons, Jesse, that you mentioned, you know, because as you were talking about it, I kind of thought about it a bit, and like over the last most of his videos, like I usually don't hear him talking about much underground music at all, truthfully. So, you know, it'd be nice to talk to him about underground music more, because he doesn't really do that. Given the name, you'd think he would, as we've already mentioned.
Yeah.
I think Ground Zero Salem, Pat. Yeah, that dude's pretty cool. It'd be cool to collab with him. So he knows a lot. You know, he always tries to humble himself a bit by saying that he doesn't really know a lot about death metal, but that guy knows so much.
Hell no.
So it'd be great.
You just gotta look at his base, where he makes his videos, just to see that there's a lot of history there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to talk to him about just music in general. You know, punk music too, because he was into the punk and hardcore scene for a long time.
Yeah. Definitely a hardcore scene, yeah.
Yeah. So Scourge of Vinyl, Ground Zero Salem, Black Metal Werewolf, Life Eternal. I think that's his name. I'm not sure if Life Eternal is his actual YouTube name or not.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of him as. I think that's like my big four for now. I'm sure I'm blanking on some other ones that I'd like to do collaborations with.
Yeah.
But those are.
Actually, I'm just remembering a couple of them too. Yeah.
couple others that would be kind of neat. Would be, like you said, Scourge of Vinyl. I kind of forgot, but yeah, he's definitely one where if a video pops up of his, I watch it right away.
Yeah.
Another one, Smasher or
Hell
Brain
yeah.
Smasher.
Fuck yeah.
Damn it.
I'd love to
Brain
do
Smasher,
that.
yeah. Yep.
He's
Brain Smasher,
his stuff is good. He's kind of a
That
little
man
intimidating.
knows a lot.
That's the thing. It's intimidating because Brent Smasher and Satan and also Classically Lonely Metal, because they put out stuff that I have never heard before. I'm like, holy shit, definitely taking all the time. So it will be very intimidating. Because it'll be one-sided. I'll be like, yep, exactly.
Yeah, Classy Lonely Metal, like that guy, and I said, because I won that giveaway, like, and I said it in my videos, like that guy could tell you, like, I am convinced he has metal archives because he could tell you all the information on just one CD, and not just the CD. He'll get into the artwork too. Like, God, this guy is metal archives. He's running it. He just doesn't want to say it.
Yeah. He probably is running it. He just doesn't want to say it. You're right. Yeah, because yeah, it's very intimidating. Those group of dudes. Obviously, which is always interesting because every time I see he talks about some bands that he got. Brings out. Let's say if you got a box set of 10, there's always like that I didn't hear of, never heard of before. I'm like, holy shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, any people on YouTube you'd collab with if you could?
I think for me it'd be cool to collaborate with Marty Worm.
Oh, another one.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's another one that is way too much for my brain.
And aside from running probably one of the better modern record labels, he does know a crap load of music stuff.
Yeah. That way. So, Beth.
You know, it'd be nice if backmasking returned.
Sounds familiar.
I think I've heard of him. I think I've watched a couple of his videos. I don't know if I'm subscribed to him or not.
I used to show off like some of the most obscure and like rare shit that I've ever seen, and then he just stopped all of a sudden like a year and a half or 2 years ago or whatever it was, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, but as of right now, like, who would I collab with? I don't know. I've never really done, I mean, besides your live streams, I've never collabed like on a live stream, unless it was with the YouTuber What Movie One, but he's more about movies. And I've hung out with him on a personal level. So, but we mainly do it like on Instagram Live. So, but like, I mean, I'm always open to it. I'm not really going to say no to anybody unless it's like a topic like I don't know, like obviously I'm not that familiar with slam metal. So Jesse, if you were to come up to me and be like, hey, let's do a video on slam, I'll be like, go to Sarah for that. If you need it, go to Sarah. So like, so it'll be, it just really depends on the topic, because I'm a straightforward person. Like if I don't know something, I'm not going to talk about it.
I'm that same way too. Also, if the topic's not, if I don't think the topic is going to be interesting to other people, I won't do it.
I know one right now. Jesse and Trez are the ones I really know it the most. I'm not a big fan of black metal, big time. I mean, I support Jesse's channel. I support other bands that I feel would be black metal bands I listen to. But there's what was it? Didn't someone ask me a black metal question several live streams ago, and I could not answer it?
It's kind of a common theme where someone will ask a black metal related question, and you'll have to bow out because you're not into black metal.
Yeah, well, anything that's dealing with death metal or thrash, I could probably answer. But black metal is one of those genres I just can't get into. Trez sent me a band, Old Man's Child. I listened to maybe a couple minutes of the song, and I just turned it off. I just lost the interest in it.
It happens. Like, I don't understand why in the metal community just like expects you to like every subgenre out there. It's not going to happen.
No, growing up, I actually was a bigger fan of melodic death metal than I was with black metal, so I think that's where my roots started beginning. And it all started with one band, Soilwork. Great melodic death metal from Sweden.
Fuck yeah, I love those guys.
Nice.
Speaking of Soilwork, Matt, have you actually seen my unpackaging of the bundle I bought from them?
I think I saw part of it, but then I had to go and do something, so I didn't get to finish it.
I did an unpackaging for Soilwork, and I did an unpackaging for Cybreed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like I said, I saw part of it, but then something came up, I wasn't able to finish it. I'll get to it after the live stream's over.
Definitely, man. It'd be interesting because I've actually been following Soilwork once I had their album Stab in the Drama.
Oh yeah, that's a good album. I've only gotten to them in like the last year or so. They're one of those bands that I've known about for a while, but it's just like I kind of came around to them late, and now I'm kind of kicking myself.
Well, the thing is, I talk to a lot of people, and asking them, are they big fans of melodic death metal? And the first thing I hear is Children Bodom. It's gotten to the point where it's basically a record playing backwards now to me.
Yeah, if it's not Children Bodom, it's Amon Amarth. I love Amon Amarth.
But
those are the two bands where everyone just defaults to for melodic death metal.
I mean, I like Amon Amarth, but I say the bands I'm bigger influenced in with is basically Soilwork and Rise to Fall. Bands that no one really talks about.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate too.
You should see that review or that package too, because I think when I got it, I did a video. Because Rise to Fall is an independent band, they actually signed the CD and sent me a signed picture autograph.
Nice. Yeah, I'll definitely watch it as soon as this stream's over.
Yeah, I'll definitely go through my channel and send you the links.
Cool. Sounds good.
Which hopefully, if I have time off of work, because I know this Saturday I'm going back to work, if I can do another melodic Saturday, I'm probably going to do maybe another melodic death metal review.
Nice.
The only reason why I kind of stopped is because I don't have many hard or physical copies of melodic death metal bands. All of it's morally on digital. A band I do want to bring up from the shadows is Solution Point 45.
I haven't heard of them.
Oh yeah,
Another band to check out though.
Yeah, it's the dude from Scar Cemetery.
Yep, the ex-vocalist from him, Christian Olsson. Best freaking. Honestly, dude, I think he'd be more suited for death metal. That's what Misceration was, big time. Yeah, Christian Olsson. He's one of the what? Not. I think he's big in the metal community. Not many people I think there's like very few people that know about him, but Christian Awesome was a vocalist from Scar Symmetry. He's still the vocalist for Solution Point 45, but Misration is basically a death metal band.
Nice. I'll have to check him out.
Yeah, good vocalist. He's also in Universum too,
And he,
the simple fact that they had to when he left the band, he did clean vocals and growls. The simple fact that they couldn't find a replacement, and they had to get 2 vocalists, growls, and one to do the clean vocals says a lot on.
big time.
Great.
Oh, and some interesting facts. Christian Awesome has his own project too. One of his albums is called Self 2.0. It's a great album if you're just only into his cleans.
Nice. Speaking of death metal, one of the people in the chat is currently going through Hell's Headbangers. Do you have any death metal suggestions for him?
No, I
I'd
gotta
say
think what's
anything
on Hell's
like Grave.
Grave. I could give him bands outside of Grave. I want to go through
death metal he's looking for. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's like old school, definitely like Blood Incantation.
I would honestly say
like
a good death metal band to start with would be Necrot.
They were good live. I saw them with the Cannibal Corpse and Morbid Angel for the Decibel one. There we go. They were really good.
I really want to see Necrot. There's a lot of death metal bands I've never got to see yet. Septic Flush was one of them.
And they just toured earlier this year. I got to see them. I was pretty happy about that. Sucks that they were opening for Ensiferum, though. I'm not a huge fan of Ensiferum.
Yeah, that's one band, Ensiferum, I didn't get too much into.
I have one of their records, but I think I blind bought it, and it's all right. But for some reason, I just can't get into them.
Let's see, Entrails is another good death metal band, old school. I guess if they're going for that, Angel Corpse will be a good band, unless if you're willing to go in a little bit of black metal, like stuff going right there. Angel Corpse. Bangers is a good label to you can find pretty much anything there and really good stuff.
I would have to
death metal.
And now if you're looking for subgenres of death metal, 2 good bands. One's technical death metal. It's Archspire. It's a great band to listen to. I'm glad I got the shirt.
Yeah, I don't
and thank you for the Jesse, thank you for the little what was it? Guest appearance off one of your videos when I showed you that shirt.
Oh yeah. No problem.
A brutal death metal band I am still loyal to, and I will be until my grave. Actually, I found them accidentally, which was Carnal Decay. Definitely check them out. They got some very great material. Their 2018 EP, When Push Comes to Shove, great fucking album. But now
he was saying he was saying that he was looking for some guttural death metal. So
guttural death metal.
That works.
Rotten. That's a label from Europe. Rotten Rex Roll, I think it's called. I'm sure Google will correct my dumb ass. But definitely you'll find all that good stuff there. If you're looking for obviously porno grind and all that other shit, you'll definitely find it there. Good website for that.
If any of the viewers are interested in looking up an album from Carnal Decay. The album's called You Owe, You Pay. Check that album out. It's one of their, I wouldn't say it's one of their better albums. It's one of the albums I would favorite a lot. So definitely check that album out.
Yeah. Also, if you're looking for more like and brutal death metal, check out CDN Records. They have a pretty cool deal going on right now. So, plug.
I still need to get my hands on a Gravitational Distortion shirt still.
Hell yeah. Gravitational Distortion is the shit. Excellent local, like, techie, brutal death metal band with some slams thrown in. What are some of your favorite death metal bands?
You asking me?
No, Jax.
Oh.
Oh, real quick, I gotta get going now, you guys. So it was nice talking to you. Hopefully I could join another stream real soon. So, but you know, I work in retail. I'm surprised I even got out this early. So it was nice talking to you guys. Bye.
Cheers.
Sorry to be a bummer, but I gotta go too. I gotta be responsible tomorrow and go to
All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
No worry. Take care. Well, I guess we're not getting those death metal. Is there any other guttural death metal bands that you guys would suggest for Stefan here?
Yeah, one right now. Guttural Slug.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, splatter puss.
What?
Splatter puss.
That's
good shit.
I think I need another one of these.
You're really rotten, poopy stuff. Will be Gutterlax, a good band.
And then there's the band called Raped by Pigs. They're pretty guttural.
Yeah, real good band, great band, but really brutal. That's the
Yeah.
Cemetery Rapist, another good band.
I don't think they'll be on Hell's Headbangers, but Volvodnia.
Yeah, well, that those bands will be on Hell's Headbangers though. Ritualization, that's definitely a band that's on Hell's Headbangers. So if you want to check some good shit out, Ritualization.
See, you guys got me on the Hell's Headbanger stuff because I don't really shop on them.
Yeah, me neither.
I usually go straight to the band's sites.
Yeah, the only two bands I really know that are signed directly to Hell's Headbangers is Midnight and Cemetery Lust. And that's not going to be what you're looking for if you're looking for some guttural death metal.
Oh,
No.
Well, is it? Nunslaughter. There you go. Classic.
Oh my God, Nunslaughter.
Fuck. I
Fuck.
forgot about
You know that's gonna be on Hell's Headbangers, so yeah, definitely. Nunslaughter, just work your way up because you.
Full Metal Ginger is obsessed with that band.
Yeah, good. He has a wicked collection of Nunslaughter. Good stuff.
I gotta start getting a collection of that stuff too.
Those Headbangers more catered to death metal, old school death metal, black metal, war metal, and everything in between those genres. I don't see a lot of, maybe a little bit of grindcore, but I don't see any slam and all those other genres being in there. But yeah, good service by Hell's Headbangers. Good stuff. Don't worry, if you order from them, you're good. Fucking quality, no dings or dents or nothing. So
I got 5 patches from them, and honestly, patch wise, I would shop with them. Shirt wise, I have to look deep into.
Yeah, shirtwise. I got. You really have to specify if the note, leave a note because I didn't leave a note, and yeah, my ordered two what do you call it tank tops of arch goat and
Whew.
uh, that's gonna be in the giveaway that I do. So yeah, those two.
Nice.
The only thing I would go back on Hell's Headbangers for is because one time when I was listening to Santanic War Master, I was looking for basically an Arch Goat and Santanic War Master collab jacket. I didn't even think they had one. One person on Amazon was selling it for like fucking almost $100.
Yeah,
And I
they
talked to
won't have that.
Melissa. I talked to Melissa about it, and it was a legit thing. They actually did have the same exact one. Now,
Gotta
that would be cool
I got
if Death Metal Bands do that.
what collab? Was it a collaboration?
Yeah, because Archgo and Santanic Warmaster had a jacket. They were literally on the
Well,
same jacket.
yeah. That would be a good topic too. What death metal band or what bands in general would you like to see do a split? That would be a cool thing.
Actually, I know a couple of real. I think they're considered real death metal. I have to look up the genres again, but there was I think it was Ukrainians and another band that did a
Uh,
split album together.
an- analepsy. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was Ukrainian analepsy.
yeah, that was a pretty good split CD. If I could find it, I would definitely spend money on it.
Yeah, Anal FC definitely got better since the first album. That's for sure.
Hmm.
Maybe
Big time.
that could be a topic or Sinister Sunday is see like what would be your favorite like black metal or death metal splits or collaborations, and what would be your kind of ultimate dream team kind of band. So if you could members from all sorts of different bands and put them into one band to create like a super group, what band members would that be? So
And
yeah,
the sad part is I'm not gonna be able to join next Sinister Sunday because I'm working that day. Shitty part, that's retail for you.
Yeah,
good Matt. Matt seemed to have disappeared.
yeah. So I guess that dude. Hopefully you found stuff on Hell's Headbangers. I know they got a lot, so he's probably like still looking. Just always check on the card. That's all the advice I have to say. Check on your card.
Be going in there buying something for like, I don't know, like say $30 and come to find out you have over $100 worth of merchandise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I think I very rarely use Hell's Headbangers.
Yeah, I love those guys. Especially, I mean, they're all metal, black metal, and pretty much war metal ish, and a little bit of grindcore. Hey, there he is.
Hey, he's back.
Yeah, my fucking internet was fucking up. I lost Wi-Fi to every single device I have.
Oh, good.
That usually happens when I am about to play a match on Rainbow Six Siege. And then I either the yep, either the or that's it. I just lose connection. I'm like,
You gotta love it with the batteries die. You're like, yes, gonna get that kill, and then instantly batteries dies. Like,
it's like trying to get like half a mile away to the gas station, and then it just fucking dies on you. Sucks.
try playing with players on Killing Floor 2 and have your batteries die. Going off topic a little bit. There was one match where basically my whole team died by the boss, and I got a notification like a couple minutes ago or before saying, "Oh, your batteries are low." The boss was like nearly dead, and then my batteries died.
Damn.
Great, fuck you, gift. And I get it back on. Match over. You lost. Is like, why do I keep playing this game?
It's like that meme where it's like batteries die, and then you throw your controller through the TV.
Oh god. Yes. Gaming topic was, if you guys are interested in playing anything interesting, Killing Floor 2 is the game for you.
I'll have to check it out sometime.
Killing Floor 2?
Mm-hmm. It is an Xbox One game, too.
Sweet.
They, sorry, I do know I'm interrupting you a lot, sorry. Halloween update, they actually added the FN FOW, and there is a medic assault rifle. They have in it now.
Nice.
You know how, basically, if anyone's played it, they had an SMG that shoots darts, and they had a pistol that shoots darts. Well, this gun actually shoots grenade out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Great game. Definitely would suggest it.
Next, they need a crossbow that shoots machetes.
You know the sad part is they probably thought about that. I mean, come on. I mean, look at it this way. Like Wildlands, for example. I've always joked with a lot of people. Say, man, I guarantee they're going to put a Predator in the game. What do they do? There's a Predator in the fucking Wildlands game.
Which is scary as fuck, too.
Oh, yeah. He is. Next thing's going to be the alien. Oh. God. That's all we need is aliens.
Speaking of cool things in video games, the coolest thing that I think I've seen in video games is shooting or stabbing things into the weapon, like, stays in their body, where opponent has like damage or real life effects, or if you shot them with an arrow, the arrow stays in the person until they're dead, or if you stab them, the knife stays in them until they're dead, or they're affected in real time with like bullets. So if you shoot them in the hand or in the dick, they react in a certain way depending on where you shoot them. So if you get a cock shot, or like
a game that you would be interested in if you're talking about like somewhat real life effects, and everyone knows this franchise, Resident Evil. They have a Resident Evil game called Operation Raccoon City, and you know how certain Resident Evil games you play, when you get bit, you're not infected. Well, this one, the second you get bit, you're infected. And you have a certain amount of time to get an antivirus spray. If not, well, you basically become one of the worst zombies.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah, there's zombies in a game called Crimson Heads. They're more faster and more aggressive. And if your character becomes a zombie, that's what he becomes.
So it's sort of like the white zombie or white face zombie or whatever from the Resident Evil 2 remakes bonus level.
Tell me about the one that regenerates itself.
Yeah, they regenerate themselves. I don't know if they're called whitehead zombies or white face
I
zombies or
forgot
something,
what
but they're
they're
really
called.
creepy looking.
Yeah, they move in a weird way, and if you shoot, see, I'm going off of Resident Evil 6 now on this one. You shoot one of their body parts off, it's still alive, basically.
I don't know, but they mostly don't have clothes, and they look like they're like made out of like white spider webbing and whatever, and they walk like really weird, like
Ah,
just extra
I think I know.
creepy.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It's one of the bonus levels from the Resident Evil 2 remake, like that.
Resident
The
Evil 2
ghost
remake.
survivors, the ghost survivor level or whatever, where you play that chick that escapes the chief, and she has to like figure her way out back to the Resident Evil mansion or whatever, or the I guess it is. But she runs into those White Walkers, but not like White Walkers, but like they're called Whitehead zombies or something like that. But yeah,
That's that is a very interesting game coming from whoever console it came from first. I played the what was it, one-shot demo. That game's terrifying. I remember in the demo I had to put down the same exact zombie 3 freaking times. Same zombie 3 times. I technically ran out of ammo. I would highly recommend the game, though. It is very cool. But out of all the Resident Evil games, I have to recommend highly more Resident Evil 7.
oh, with the oil zombies.
Is that with the motorcycle zombies?
No, those are the mold.
Yeah, the mold.
They are nasty. But the reason why I recommend it is because it's first person. It makes it more terrifying.
Ugh.
Especially the unbanned versions of the game.
Just seeing the mold makes me want to take a shower. They're gross.
No, I say I highly recommend it because it's kind of interesting in a perspective of how the Baker family became the way they are. It's really cool.
Yeah, I saw both JaxB.TheRipper and Markiplier do the story.
You know,
it's so off the beaten path for Resident Evil, and it's just some of the funniest thing they do.
Oh, you mentioned Mark, and all the first thing that comes up to my mind is goop juice. It's just like, what the fuck?
That's the goop.
Oh my god! But no, that game would, if you don't have a stable mind, that would fuck you up bad. Cause I let one of my buddies play it, and he told me he couldn't even sleep for 3 weeks. Like, he was literally worried about stuff. I'm like, dude, it's just a video game. He's like, I know. I said, then why haven't you gotten sleep? But no, one of the unbanned footages that kind of, it's muscle memory, is when you're trying to escape, what's her name? There's a part where you're trying to escape, but you want to make sure you don't get caught doing it. If you know what I mean.
I might if I actually wasn't cutting in and out, but all I know is that giant grandma monster at the end was kind of creepy too.
Mm-hmm. It was Mr. Baker's wife he had escaped from. Dude, if you put something wrong, you might as well just kiss your ass goodbye. Because she will notice. I'll have to definitely send you the video to that.
I'll check it out.
Just don't be not considering to get jump scared, because that game had a lot of it.
Okay, will do. But speaking of Resident Evil, definitely looking forward to that Netflix series that they're making of it. Hopefully, it's good.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I heard Netflix is updating their prices now.
Yeah, it's going up. Like $1, $2.
Yeah, it's going to $10 fucking.
Hey, they won a Oscar, right?
I think it's like 12 or maybe even $13 in the United States. I'm pretty
For
sure.
one screen.
Yeah, I
Damn.
think so.
Yeah.
They're really jacking their prices up. And the thing is, too, it wasn't that long ago where they raised the prices, and now they're doing it again.
It's going to get to the point where no one's going to be able to afford it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because Netflix is it's a good platform. Obviously, they've been making great series. Obviously, one of their movies that they made, I think, it won an Oscar this year. So obviously, they got that fucking Oscar money, so they're gonna try to jack up the prices. But until something else comes along, and then everybody's like, fuck this. There's always this other thing, because there's always something coming down the line. Once, let's say Netflix starts jacking up their prices, there's gonna be another streaming platform that's gonna come out, and Netflix is gonna try to compete, and we're gonna be all in all this bullshit. But there's always as long as there's always a company willing to come out and compete them, consumers. But hopefully that shit comes out soon, because Netflix is starting to bring up their prices really quick. Like Matt, like you said, they just raised the prices not that long again. Gotta watch out for that.
You know, I'd give credit to any director who makes this movie, because I would definitely buy the movie when it does come out. I would love to see an Albert Wesker style Resident Evil. Kind of starting from when he was human to when he became what he is now. Because not many people know this about me, other future subscribers. I am basically a diehard fan of Albert Wesker.
Yeah, I think we were talking about that in a previous stream where we thought it would be cool to see Resident Evil from Umbrella's perspective.
Yeah.
And then weave in the Wesker story as well.
That would be kind of
that
cool.
would make an awesome series. I don't think they could cover that in the movie, but a series that would definitely.
Well, because the reason
get
why
that drama from both sides.
Because the reason is the you probably already everyone knows that Resident Evil made their final movie with the character Alice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I still need to see that movie. I'm still pissed I haven't seen it.
What killed me off in Resident Evil is what they so many other video games and movies like Terminator. I think it was Resident Evil 3 or 4 that they pretty much made the Earth pretty much barren. They pretty much made it like a fucking desert, the whole fucking planet. I'm like, why? What the fuck? Like, you had a franchise going on. Somehow they still managed to do a franchise, even though they pretty much killed the whole Earth. But it's like video games. You could have gone this other place on the next game, or there was a DLC for this place. You could have gone over there, fight in Europe, fight in Central America, try to but they I think it was, I'm not sure if it was Resident Evil 3 or 4, destroyed the whole Earth, and it was like, what the fuck.
Now you got me thinking now.
Jump the gun a bit.
Yeah, they could have expanded more. Like going to a different place, and you had to go here because maybe the T virus cure was over here, and then you had to go over here. Fucking snow maps. I love snow maps. So fucking do it in Antarctica for one. You know, because the T virus can't survive in Antarctica. Some spin-off shit like that would have been cool. But just to destroy the whole Earth and just having Jill there, just with flying pterodactyls and shit chasing after her, it was like, what the fuck?
So, are you talking about the movie or the games? Because I know there's 2 games with snow maps on them.
Movie does that too. I forget which one it is.
Resident Evil 6, when you play Jake, you're in a snow map. And Revelations 1, you play as Chris in the snow map. Sadly, I didn't get to beat damn Revelations 1. Because... Go ahead.
I think the last one I saw was... it was even Jill, because by the time she met Wesker in the base to have the little girl back again, it was Jill was a clone of a clone of a clone or something.
Oh, you're talking about Retribution.
Yeah, Retribution.
That was after Afterlife. That's when everyone thought they killed Wesker.
Yeah.
But no, that actually was kind of messed up. But at least they introduced more characters. They didn't stay with Alice or Jill or Claire or Chris. They actually put Leon in it. They put Ada, Barry,
Alice,
which is a very underrated character because they didn't introduce him. I forgot what game they introduced him first, but I know Revelations 2 they introduced him again.
No.
And the actor who played as him actually played in I think it's called Legion. Gabriel, when the angels, apparently it was a movie about when angels turned against the people.
Yeah, Legion.
Yeah, the guy who plays Gabriel played as Barry. Great actor, by the way.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of like, because I haven't played all the Resident Evil games, and I haven't seen all their movies. But,
Ouch.
I kind of see it now, like kind of like DC, and how they're going about the movies, not the comics, but just the movies. And it's like, it's like, I don't know, maybe because I haven't seen them all, but watching them, I'm like, oh, what the hell happened to the timelines and some of your decisions in the movies is like, what the fuck?
Have you watched them in order, Trez? Or did you like skip over some?
I skipped over a bunch of them.
That's probably why you don't get it, because there was one where... Oh, now you got me to think. Damn it, Trez. I have to say the second Resident Evil was one of my all-time favorites because actually one of my favorite zombies was Nemesis.
No, Nemesis is the shit. Yeah.
They had him on Operation Raccoon City. You actually had to reprogram him. Talking about being a pain in the ass. Because you're not only dealing with him, you're dealing with the Spec Ops, and you're also dealing with zombies. So with all three combined, it's kind of hard to put somebody down that has a minigun.
Well, that's their next move, to remake Resident Evil 3. Imagine Nemesis.
I think that's Apocalypse. The third one will be Extinction, I believe.
Yeah, Apocalypse was part 2.
I didn't like Extinction too much because I think the only reason why I didn't like it is because of the mutants they start testing to see how they tick. I didn't like that too much.
Well, I think the Extinction was the last one I saw. At the end, everything turned in, it was like a desert, and there was shit flying around. And like,
desert. Yeah. Oh man, you're talking about ships? Are you sure you're not talking about Afterlife? Because they were on a carrier ship.
No, I said there was shit flying around. Extra little flying around. I think it was.
Oh,
At
birds.
the end.
Birds.
Yeah.
Fucking Christ. Dude, those things look like a pain in the ass to kill. Just an FYI. I will admit one thing. We all... Yeah, go ahead.
For the Resident Evil Extinction thing, those things flying around, I think they're trying to... not a tribute, but I think they're trying to steal the winged deadites from Evil Dead or Army of Darkness. I think that's like maybe a tribute to those things, because I don't think I've ever seen those flying creatures before in any Resident Evil game. So
yeah.
Maybe that's where they do that, was the winged deadites from Army of Darkness.
You talking about the big winged things? Because I believe Retribution, the ending part, they had to deal with a whole bunch of zombies and flying things, which, no lie, that was the best cliffhanger I've ever seen.
Huh.
The moment you think Wesker's dead, he's fucking the president of the United States. The fuck?
And then Leon ends up having to shoot the president of the United States in number 6.
You just... Wait, 6? Yeah. You just spoiled it for me.
Pretty much,
you fucking just spoiled it for me. I have not seen that yet.
You haven't played Resident Evil 6?
6.
Well,
I thought you were talking about the movie. Yeah. That was actually sad too, because
the game.
Yeah, I remember the game. Actually, he was the same prison that you rescued his daughter, which technically, I'm quite pissed because they never mentioned his daughter.
Yeah, I just got past the underground subway station part, and I'm trying to save some. I think I just got past the part where the Chinese guy is trying to find a way out of the.
Oh, you talking about the gun store owner and the Asian guy that he considered basically his son.
Yeah, so I just kind of got past those parts.
Funny story. Resident Evil 4 had some comedy to it. Because if you got the right equipment, you can get the president's daughter in a fucking suit of armor. And I'm telling you, that's straight comedy when they try to pick her up. Because all you see is you turn around and she's saying, "Leon, help!" And all you see, you turn around and a zombie falls. You're like, how did that work out for you? Because it's so heavy and they're so weak. Great game. Good old times.
True.
But once you play Resident Evil... Yep, go ahead.
Go ahead with that, and then we'll end the stream.
I was going to say, once you play Resident Evil 6 and you try to play those, you're like, how the fuck can I not move? And you realize, oh, this is like the time where you had to sit there and aim. I hated those games.
So it's 10 o'clock on my end here. We're going to have to wrap the stream up, unfortunately. But thanks for sticking around. Thanks for letting the viewers more information about you guys and what you guys do on your off time when you're not listening to music. Thanks to the live stream and anyone who hosts live for watching. Thanks for coming and getting to know us a little better. Hope you enjoyed. Hope it gave you a little bit more inside look to what the... But good stuff, guys. Thanks to Lord Husk from Lord Husk's Evil Empire. Thank you to Total Metal Rejection. Matt from Green Iron Cannibal. And thank you to Nick from Deathlike. And thanks to Jax for popping on for a bit and sharing with us some of her was cool to hang out and hear what everyone does besides music. So yeah, that's the end of Sinister Sunday episode 21. Maybe we'll skip next weekend and join us with that new topic, because it would be interesting to talk about what bands we'd like to see, what super groups we'd make if we could get anyone to go into it, like pick any guitarists and drummers and so yeah, we might skip next weekend's Sinister Sunday if not everyone can make it, because I would like to hear everyone. But yeah, thanks. Hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.